Now, let me show you the second part of chapter 2 of Daniel. It says, in the second year of the reign of Nebuchadnezzar, Nebuchadnezzar dreamed a dream wherewith his spirit was troubled, and his sleep brake from him. Then the king commanded to call the magicians, listen at that, a magician, and the astrologers, and the sorcerers, and the Chaldees, for to show the king his dream. So they came and stood before the king, and the king said unto them, I have dreamed a dream, and my spirit is troubled to know the dream. Then spake the Chaldees to the king in Cyrus, O king, live forever. Tell thy servant the dream, and we will show thee interpretation. The king answered and said to the Chaldees, the thing is gone from me. If you will not, if you will not make known unto me the dream with the interpretation thereof, ye shall be cut in pieces, and your houses shall be made a dunghill. I'm stopping right there. This is what I want to show you. These was a centralized government, different peoples, forms of peoples working in the centralized government of Nebuchadnezzar, centralized government of Nebuchadnezzar. How do these wordings speak to us today? How do they speak to us today? Their position which they hold, that you'll find that the Chaldees were spies. So the Chaldees would be the CIA today. But you see that one was a magician. This was people of technology. Learn how to create things. Learn how to create remote control. Learn how to create computers. Things that work magically that man couldn't understand. These people had the ability to do these things. That's where God is showing us these things. What the reason he was against them. And they had astrologers, one that's studying the outside atmosphere of the earth. But if you go back to Genesis chapter 1 and 2, it was God told man to be keepers of the earth. But if you was a godly person, then your work should be the things that God required of us at the beginning, which he required of Adam and Eve from the beginning. But these astrologers was looking into the heaven, looking for a habitat to work in, a field that was not sowed and not planted for the humankind. He was looking to go there and plant a field and define what God had to set forth here upon this earth. This is what he was done. So these would take, and when you look at these peoples and place them all together, Chaldees, the spy, the astrologers, and the magicians, a combination. One could create this meaning that these peoples was a peoples in a laboratory, the same as it is today. These peoples here was responsible for designing and making of vehicles. Wow. These are the little foxes that nobody considered. These became the greatest sins of man when they made these crafts of their own hand. When they made these crafts, ideas began to flood their minds. Thoughts. What can we do? If we had this and have that, what if we make a large weapon? What if we start making weapons that can run with these machines? If these machines go to and fro, we can get in these vehicles and set in these vehicles. It all started by these Chaldees who were the spies, the astrologers, and the magicians. Learning how to create learning how to create a vehicle where it start up, run to and fro on the man on the land. This became a laboratory within these people right here. This is what we don't consider. These are the little foxes that are destroying the world. what? They didn't have fuel to run them. They had fuel, but they didn't have enough. They didn't know once they create these vehicles and have these, they didn't know how much fuel and where this fuel was in the earth at that time. They just said that we can find it here, we can find it over yonder somewhere. But it was not so. It was not so. Magicians, astrologers, and Secret Service, CIA. I'm breaking it down. These was the ones working together to enhance man. Now, that's what I want to just bring to you. Now, over in here, Daniel later on, what they come up with, she's looked into time. God looked into time and saw him what he would do. He saw a man he was going to create having a head of gold. This was going to be true. This is going to be, God drew out to tell him he saw the mindset of these people over here, what they were doing. Because Daniel told him in Daniel 2, when he told him he was this head of gold, he saw the mindset of him. And he knew that he had to have the crude oil. So God spoke concerning this tree in Daniel chapter 4, 1-37, that this tree was going to grow up from the Middle East. And it doesn't matter what that man create and manufacture with the Chaldees, the magicians, and the astrologers, it needed a field to run these things. And God placed the field in the land where the vessels of God were placed. Isn't this something? So this is what we got today. But he kept on building and building. He kept sending the children to school, making sure they didn't have no rest. Took the Bible out of school because he wanted to get them away from the Bible. And some schools in Arkansas, I know this for a fact, they said we're going to build this school without windows because the children, as they look out the windows at the college, their mind get off the knowledge that we're trying to teach them in school. And they continue and requested. So we got to keep up with the rest of the world. And we got the other word, the more, it's just like a man with one ox. He plowed the ox and plowed the ox and plowed the ox, and constantly don't give the ox no rest. We keep on plowing him until he falls dead. This is the way they have done the children. And when you pass through this life, when you're born into this life, you're born in hell when you first get here, and when you leave out, you're still in hell. You're born without rest when you get here, and when you work and you get up, they keep pushing you to learn more. What is there to learn when God simplified it when he spoke to Adam and Eve? He told Adam and Eve to keep the land. What else do you need? If you don't need nothing but a shear, what you need a weapon for if God told you to be upkeepers of the land? If you had maintained your part, you'd be too tired to go there and invade somebody else and take their part. But since that man took and built all of these crafts through the technology created by the witches, the spies, and the astrologers, that gives him some hour of time. He can go and take human being and force any human being to serve him. What does it do? It creates an addiction. And from that addictions, when they have ruled, every man broke down the fence of every fort in this land, they will say, now we're ready to go and take over the universe and prove that it ain't a God. But this is where they have made one of the greatest mistakes in the era of humanity. They have gone over there, but God has spelled it out, showed him this tree fed the whole earth in this appointed time. And he sent me back here as a token of proof that he